Hello, my name is Leah Savaggio, and this is my attempt to make my second video. My first video that I tried to make didn't work at my school because the speaker on my school computer doesn't work. Microphone, I mean. So, again, Leah Savaggio. I am part of Spanish 2, and I'm taking this course to finish my ESL certification here in the state of New York. So I decided to do for my research topic, research the Spanish education system in Spain, because I was interested to see how Spain added up to what we do here in the United States. Is it better? Is it worse? And how what they're doing, if it's good, how we can bring it here to the United States maybe. So I first started out my research by looking into the information on the government and how it chooses to run its school systems. The school systems in Spain are divided up into different levels: nursery education, primary education, compulsory secondary education, and vocational training and university education. Anglo-Info, Spain. Nursery education is 0 to 6 years, and the age is organized in 2 stages of 3 years each. So 0 to 3 and then 3 to 6. This is voluntary, with the second stage being 3 to 6 years, and widely enrolled in. Anglo-Info, Spain. The first year of nursery school is not free, and parents have to pay for it. The Spanish educational system just landed. This is much like our system here in the United States, where preschool isn't free unless you come from a low-income family, and then it is free to attend. From ages 6 to 16, the educational system is free for everyone. Anglo-Info, Spain. Primary education is from ages 6 to 12. Compulsory and free of charge in public and granted aided schools. Compulsory secondary education, 12 to 16 years of age, is taught in a secondary educational institute. Successful pupils in this institute leave the secondary education institute and move into compulsory secondary education school certification. When they complete this, they will leave with a bachelor in studies or a high school certification, as well as what we would call it. The last 2 years of this educational process, ages 6 to 18, ends with the students leaving with a bachelor or a baccalaureate degree. Anglo-Info, Spain. One main difference between the grades up to 12. Those students graduate our high school with a high school diploma. Spain, they are only required to go to school until the age of 16, and after that it is voluntary and up to the student and their parents. Parents do get to pick the school their child attends. Public and private schools, just like here in the United States. The Spanish educational system just landed. In Spain, the schools divided into 3 main categories: state schools, colegios públicos, private-run schools funded by the state, colegios concertados, and poorly private schools, colegios privados. Ministry of Education, Social Policies, and Sports in 2008-2009, state schools educated 67.7% of Spain's pupils. Private but state-funded schools educate 26.0%, and fully private schools educate 6.6%. The Spanish educational system just landed. Like here in the United States, most students attend the public schools because they're paid for and free, and only the well-off send their children to private schools. But parents in Spain are responsible for buying their children's school supplies, including textbooks and other reading materials. The Spanish educational system just landed. That is a huge difference, and I think a really major difference in the educational system in Spain, where the parents have to pay for school supplies and textbooks. We're here in the United States. Parents do not have to pay for it. We supply all textbooks and all educational needs, pencils, crayons, paper, and everything like that. Now, getting down to the government's actual run the school system. State education is responsible for the Ministry of Education, Culture, and Sports. Ministry de Educación Cultural y Deporte. Although the 17 anemone regions have some responsibility for their own educational systems, schooling and education in Spain, Anglo-Info Spain. The law of the quality of education, Ley Orgánica de la Educación, LOCE, covers the main points in the educational law in Spain, which is as follows. School is compulsory free of charge for all children from ages 6 to 16. The system includes levels of education adapted to suit students with special needs. All students receive basic voluntary training in secondary education. Religious instruction is available but optional. Special systems exist for articulate education and language learning. These laws also cover any student who comes to Spain that speaks another language. This caught my eye, being an ESOL teacher myself, because we do offer those, and it is in our laws that you must supply students that speak a foreign language with education in learning our language and at their ability levels. Where when I studied France's educational system, there's no actual law in that states they have to do it. They do, but it's not a law. Spain has divided the school year into blocks of time. The school year is separated into 3 terms, with a long summer holiday in between that lasts 3 months. Winter term is from September to December, spring term January through April, and summer term from Easter to late June. Expedia Live Law of Work. Again, this separation of school year is just like the United States, with one difference though, is how the school day itself is actually broken up. The school day in Spain, in some areas, runs from 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. with a 2-hour break for lunch. Other schools may begin at 9 a.m. and end at 2 p.m., which is a typical lunchtime in Spain. In the United States, we serve our children lunches. It's free for students of inner city. So you're pretty much losing, even though we go from 9 till 2 in a lot of our schools, you lose an hour of time for lunch and for recess. So really in Spain, they're receiving more educational time, and also they don't have to feed them. So that saves on money. Literacy rate, which caught my eye, in Spain, though it's not perfect, is used to rank educational systems worldwide. According to the CIA World Factbook, 97.9% of Spain's population was literate in 2003. The figure composes a literacy rate of 98.7% among males and 97.2% among females. Literacy in the case of percentages are based on the population over the age of 15 and are able to read and write. Don Huevo. The United States, on the other hand, had over 32 million adults in the U.S. who couldn't read. That's 14% of the population. 21% of adults in the U.S. read below a 5th grade level. And 19% of high school graduates can't read at all. According to the National Assessment of Adult Literacy, completed most recently in 2003 and before that in 1992. 14% of adult Americans demonstrated a below basic literacy level in 2003, and 29 exhibited a basic reading level. Huffington Post. With just these figures in mind, Spain seems to be doing something right, something the United States needs to take notice of. What are they doing that is so well and working for them that we here in the United States can adopt? Spain, I think that we made an attempt with the Common Core, but one size does not fit all, so we need to take a new look. They both break, us and Spain, both break our school up into 3 terms for the most, and so that's not really a way that we've changed. But one huge difference that I think we really need to take notice of is that Spanish in Spain, the parents have to buy their students' curriculum, and that's huge. If we give our students pencils, paper, and everything, then how are we, the parents, buying into their education? We're not. Everything's given to them. So maybe by making parents buy the textbooks and materials, maybe then we will be enforcing them to actually buy into a child's education. Now, education in Spain is not perfect, but what educational system is? Here in the United States, it's not. In Spain, students are placed in mixed-level classes. Those classes stay together year after year. This helps to cut down on the bullying in the classes. Alicia Lauren. Bullying in the United States is a big issue, and many students stay home because of that issue. There is a downside to this. Staying in the same class year after year, though. All the students in the class are taught the same curriculum, so there's no honors classes and AP classes. But really, does it make a difference? We offer honor classes, we offer AP classes, and yet we still have so many students that read below basic. They're not on grade level, and they're not making gains. So really, are we helping the students by offering these classes? Finally, it comes to the grading system. Here in Rochester, compared to Spain, they use the same system. 9 to 10 excellent, 7 to 8 good, 6 average, 5 pass, 1 to 4 fail. Fulton, Espana. Whether this is a good way to grade students or not, I don't know. But here in Rochester, there's no basis as to how you grade. There's a rubric that teachers can use, but it's so out there and doesn't really give you a good idea of how to grade your students. It's not based on assessments, and I couldn't find any information on Spain how they use that grading system, if they use assessments or what they do. But in here, Rochester, they have a rubric, but it doesn't work. I've used it, and it doesn't give you an accurate idea of what students can and cannot do. Overall, my research seems that Spain seems to be doing something that the United States needs to take notice at and look at. For the most part, there's no clear difference. The biggest difference is the paying of the textbooks and materials. Would that make a huge difference? I don't know. But maybe that's something that we should look into, as to get the parents themselves to buy into their children's educational system. Thank you.